Hello friend, welcome back. In a previous video, I already created one of the page for the category list page, and right now I want to work in our create page. So right now I want to create one of the page for the create. For doing this, first of all, we have to go to our category folder, and here I create new file, and I click on the save as, and here I just name it as a create.blade.php, and now click on the save. And this page will be just like our permission, and here you can see there is permission. That is also one of the page as a create. So right now I just copy whole things from here. Okay, I just copy whole things and I just paste on particular that position. And for the create here, we don't need this all that field. Like here all you need only the one field, so better I just remove the display name. There is also another one. I just remove two of these from here, and then the open also there is a permission. So right now it will be the category. Okay, category, and in our category that will be the redirected to the store method, and it will be the post. Okay, that means the post method on particular that position, and everything will be the same. Like here we have to actually print some of the page name. So better I just define the page name on here. So they have some of the variable I define all of the time. So as a page name I define as a dollar page name, so page underscore name, I just defining it on here. So now we have to create one of the route for this one. Like if you go to the list page, here I just define as a back, category, and the create. So now we have to actually create this one. Okay, for the create button, like here in our route. So I just copy it. Okay, I just copy it from here and I just paste on particular that position. So this page will be the category/create. So I just defining it, and in our admin there is a category controller. In our category controller I want to access the create method. So I just define that create method, and it should be the category create. I just defining it, and that should be also one of the permission you have to create as a category create. Okay, for now I just defining it as a create, and also I just define the permission for the all, that means the master admin. Okay, so here I just defining the URL, and in our category controller, and now I have to work in our create method. Okay, so now go to our category controller. So that is actually our create method. So here first of all we have to add the one of the variable for the page name. So I just defining as a page underscore name. Okay, and this page name I just want to display as a category page create. So I just defining this type of name as a category create, and here I already defining it. Like if you go to the create page, I defining that I print that page name on particular that position. And for now I want to return that page. So here I just return, and then view page. So here I just defining our page name, and here I already created one of the page as a create in our admin category. So here I just defining as a admin, then the category, and then I just defining as a create. That means I just put that URL as a create page. Okay, and after that I just want to compact. So here I just define that compact, and compact I just defining our page name. So here our page name will be this one. I just defining it, and now there is the semicolon. So here I just load our create page. Okay, now we have to do the another things. Like if you here I just first of all load that page, and now there is a category and then the store. Okay, and for the store there is method, actually the post method. So right now we have to create another route for this one. Like if you go to the route, and here right now I just copy it, and on particular that position I just paste it. So that should be the category and the store. Okay, and now I have to create one of the method in our category controller name as a store, and it should be as a category store, and some of the permissions as a category store. So you have to create that one, and I also define that for the master admin for the all. So now we have to insert that data from here in our database. Okay, so now we have to work in our category controller store method. So now go to the category controller, and that is our store method. So I hope you can well understand about it. Before I just load our create page, like if you want to access with this one, like that is our category and then the create. So now if you want to access it, like that is our page. So I just refresh that page. And here I already added one of the link. You can see there is a back category and the create. So if you click on here, now here you can see that is our category create page. So that is actually our form. So here I just defining it as a create. So that is actually the create. I just define only one field on particular that position. And also here I just defined that form, and here I just defined that category store, and here I just defined that post. So right now we have to insert that data. Like here, from here, if you put one of the category name and if you click on the submit, this category will be the inserted. Okay, for the reasons I just defined that another route in particular that position. So here there is a category that is stored, and it will be the post method. Like here you can see there is the post method. So here I have to defining it as a post. So this route I just defining as a post, and now we have to work in our store. So here now I just want to work for the inserted the data. Okay, so now in our store, first of all I just added one of the validation, like as a these. I already did this type of work, like I just defined that validate. So I just defined that validate, and here I just defined that things with this request. So here I just defined that request on particular that position, and then here I defining one of the array. Okay, like here I just defining one of the array, and in particular that array position I only make that field as a required. So here I just defined our field name. I just defined that name, and here I just put that things as a required. Okay, I just defined that field as a required. And now I want to with this category module, I already define our category module. You can see that I already add that category model. So now I just take one of the variable as a category, and here first of all I just create one of the object for the category. So now I just click on the new and the category. So here I just create one of the object for this category, and now with this category I just define that name. Okay, so here with this category I just define that our field name as a name, and here I also have to pass that things with this request. So here I just defining with this request. So here I just defining that request. Okay, so with this request here I just passed our field, so our field as a name. So here I just define that name. And right now also when this data will be the save, that means when actually you insert some of the category from to this position, I just want to first of all make the things as a status value 1. Okay, so here I want to defining it like here with this category. So with this category I just define the name. So our field name in our database, if you go to the database position, here our field name is a status. So first of all I just defining it. I will show you, then it will be very much clear to you what exactly the things I want to do. Okay, like here, and then I want to save this category. So I just define that category, and I just define that as a save. Okay, I just define that save method on particular that position, and after that I want to redirect it to one of the pages. Okay, like here I just define as a return, and the redact. Okay, redact, and I just define that, put some of the action for this one. Like I just define that action, and action which page. So here after that saving the data, I want to redirect it to our list page, that means in our categories index method. Okay, so here I just defining it. So I just copy it, and in particular that position I just put that action. So we have to actually add the things with single quotation. Okay, and now here I also want to show some of the message. Like here I just defining with the with. Okay, so here I just defining one of the success, and here I just define first of all on here, and I just defining the message name. So our message will be category create date successfully. Okay, so then it should be display this type of name. So I did a lot of the time with the same things. I hope it should be very much clear to you. And here one things that you have to remember. So when I am actually adding the data, first of all I just make the things status value as a default as a 1. Okay, And in our kit category page, what exactly we did, like if you go to the list page, into the list page, here you can see I just defining as a status as a 1. So when this, I just put one of the conditions when it should be equal 1. First of all, it should be display name as a unpublished. Okay, and else they have another button for the published, and when you click on the publish, then this value will be updated and then automatically it should be as a published. Okay, so this for the reasons I just want to do that work. First of all, I want to add that category status by default as a 1. So I hope you can well understand about it. So here I just put that field name as the required, and here I just define that category, and then the category I just define that request with that field name. I just put that by default as a 1. Okay, and then I just can save that category. Here you can see I just make the things as a double. So now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and now if you refresh that page, like I just refresh it, so now there is a category unexpected, that is, you can see I just missed the semicolon on particular that position. That means here you have to define that semicolon. Okay, so now I just click on the save all, and now if you refresh that page again, and now here I want to insert some of the category, like here I just define that as is sports. Okay, I just define one of the category name as is sports, and now if you click on the submit, yes, now you can see the category created successfully. And now also if you go to the database and if you now click on the browse, yes, now you can see there is a category inserted successfully. And for the status, I just defining as a 1. Okay, and here you can see I just defining that category status will be the by default 1. For the reasons is by default now 1 is inserted on particular that position. Okay, so I hope you can well understand about it. For the reasons I just defining it, and after that I just define that action is to be redirected to our index, and in our index I already defined it should be redirected to our category list page. For the reasons it's now redirected to our category list page, and also I defined that success message is category created successful. So now it's showing as a category created successfully. And also in our category list page, here there is a status, and for the status I just define as a unpublished. So right now it should be very much clear to you, like if you go to our category list page, here I define that things on here, like you can see I just define one of the if condition. When this status it will be equal 1, then by default it should be showing as an unpublished button. So for the reasons it's now showing as an unpublished button. Okay, so laterally I will also create another method for this one. In our category there is a status, so that is our route, so I have to create one of the method as a status. Then I want to actually update that status value. Okay, so when this status value will be updated with the 1 to 0, then it's automatically visible the another submit button as a published. So how can update that? In our next video I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.